Hey guys, I'm for Sleeping Reverie here. Now, today's episode is a very, very special episode. Today's episode is my 2 year anniversary episode. That's right, you heard it here. I've been doing this for 2 years. Well, it was 2 years on the 7th, but it's the 13th now, so it's not a big deal. I just had some stuff to do, but 2 years of Arm for Sleeping Reverie's Power Ranger Morpher Review Show. So first, people I want to thank is all of you that watch. I could not say this enough. I could not have done this without any of you. Without you, none of this would be possible. I always said if one person likes my show, then it's worth doing, and more than one person likes it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now today's episode is going to be no reviews. RPM's next. That's coming up soon. But it's just going to be a frequently asked questions, half serious, half silly, about me, Arm for Sleeping Reverie. Things you guys and gals might want to know. And if you don't want to know, just kind of a funny satire, kind of me poking fun of myself. I mean, what's a little laughter if you can't laugh at yourself? So it's just like I have 10 frequently asked questions, 10-ish, might go over one. But before I do get started, I do want to say really quick, let's run through. It's not going to take more than a minute. Let's run through some new stuff I have that you'll be seeing in future reviews. Pretty sure y'all know what this is. Stay tuned for that. Oh. Pretty awesome. We'll get to that when time comes. Got this for $42 on eBay. What a steal. So yeah, we're going to talk about this soon. Y'all know what it does. $42. What a steal. And this is one of my favorite pieces. UK exclusive, one of my favorite Rangers. You guys all know one of my favorite Rangers ever. So right there, you got the Lauren figure from the UK. So yeah, it's not about none of that. It's not about any of that today. It's about my frequently asked questions. So let's get started. Actually, before I get started, I do want to take a serious note on my show. As you know, I pride myself in my show being very interactive with people. I couldn't do this without you guys. I love talking to all of you. But I do have one thing to say about anyone I communicate with on here. If you are under the age of 18 years old, because I am a college student, I'm a law school student, so obviously I'm over 18 years old. If you want to contact me or talk to me under the age of 18 years old, just make sure your parents are okay with that. I understand why parents might be concerned, but just make sure you communicate with that to them because I'm a regular dude. I love Power Rangers. I love everyone who watches my show. I'll talk to anyone about our opinions on Power Rangers, about a bunch of things in Power Rangers related. And I don't need people's parents assuming that I'm some creep when I have all my information out there. Creeps usually hide. I am a law student. My name is Chris. I'm a law student. I am a regular dude, just loves Power Rangers. I love talking to all the people that watch my show about Power Rangers. So before you flatter yourself and or your children, just know that I love my hobby and I love talking to people about it. So if your parents can't handle that, that's very understandable. I understand you gotta be careful in this day and age, but don't get it twisted. Arm for Sleeping Reverie is a good guy. So yeah, enough about that. Let's get started. Okay, so let's start with the first question. Oh yeah, the biggest one. Will you sell me blank Morpher? I don't care what Morpher it is. I don't sell my Morphers. So the question of that one is no. I will not sell anybody a Morpher. If I have extra ones, I do send them to my best friends. Some of my best friends that I made through here. You know them. You know Joey Armstrong. Israel usually has the same ones as I, so I don't have to send them that much or anything. But I don't sell them. I'm not here to make money. I'm here to collect, which means I spend a lot of money, but it doesn't matter. I won't sell you Morphers. Now, the next question number 2 is, are you an adult? Yes, I am an adult. I am over 18. That gets us into question 3. How old are you, Arm for Sleeping Reverie? That's an interesting question. That's a question that I will not answer because I feel old. But just to give you a hint, I am in law school and I did graduate from college. You have to graduate from college to go to law school, so you can do the math there. And I'll give you one last hint. I grew up on Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so I was in elementary school when Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was out. So there's your only hint. Good luck. Okay, now a silly question. Your favorite food? Sushi. I love sushi. Sushi is my favorite food. It's really, really expensive, So when I don't get to eat sushi because it's so pricey, I eat Chinese food because Chinese food is my second favorite after sushi. All right. So favorite candy, Reese's peanut butter cups. If you really want to make my day, just give me Reese's peanut butter cup. That's just one of the things I love so much. Reese's peanut butter cups are delicious. Let me know your favorite candy. Candy's awesome. Question 6. What do your friends and family think of your Mighty Morphin Power Rangers hobby? My mom is a very supportive person. She was a single mother when I was growing up and just raised me and my brother by herself, basically. She got married by the time I turned 18, so I was already out of the house, gone. She got married after that. Really cool lady. She supports anything I do. She knows nothing about Power Rangers, but she just, if I say something about the Green Ranger, she knows nothing, but she'd be like, yeah, the Green Ranger's cool. So she supports anything I do. Now, my fiance, it's kind of an interesting story. She supports everything I do as well. She doesn't really question it. She doesn't think it's weird. She thinks it's super cool. She's not into Power Rangers either. I mean, she's not into Power Rangers. She thinks it's cool, but she knows I'm totally into it. So her mentality is it's a really cool hobby. It teaches great values, and it's a hobby that keeps me at home. So I think in her mind, if I'm not at the bar drinking, which I don't even drink that much, I don't really like alcohol that much. If I'm not at the bar drinking, carousing, doing things that aren't good for people that are engaged, then she sees it as a win-win. It's kind of equated to video games, like husbands or boyfriends that stay home and play video games. That keeps them inside the house and not out at the bar meeting other women or just getting into trouble with their friends. So I play video games too. So I'm just a big dork. I've always been a dork. So that's me. So that's how my family and friends deal with it. My friends, of course, think it's cool. My Power Ranger friends think it's amazing. So I'm just really big on being yourself. Be yourself in all aspects of life, and people who really care about you will accept you. So yeah, let's go. Um, oh, my favorite Morpher. This is an interesting question. It would either have to be the 24 karat gold Green Ranger Morpher that just got released at San Diego Comic Con this past summer, which I do have, or my 1993 version that was a custom Morpher for that same exact Morpher. That or my movie Morphers because I custom made those, but I love all my Morphers. Oh, and the S.P.D. one from Japan is I love S.P.D. So, I mean, why wouldn't I love that Morpher? But yeah, that's kind of a tough question. I love them all. Okay, so let's go to favorite Morpher. Yep. Let's go to 8. Oh, this one I always kind of get coolest moment at Power Morphicon because Power Morphicon's a biannual every 2 year convention at Pasadena, California. I'm gonna go again. I went for the first time almost 2 years ago, about a year and a half ago. Coolest moment was Christy, my fiance, forgot something in the hotel room. It drove me insane because I'm a prepared person. I always like to be on time, prepared. I don't like surprises. And I was just so annoyed that we forgot something in the hotel room. So we had to run back up to the hotel room, and she got whatever she needed. I forgot what it was. But on the way down in the elevator, we ran into Catherine Sutherland and Nikita Burris, who plays Kat and Tanya in Zeo and Turbo. So that was epic. So we were in the elevator and we got to talk to them. They asked us where we're from, and we were going to go to LA after PMC, so they gave us some pointers on LA. That was super cool. And then we walked with them from the hotel to the convention center. That was super cool too, because everyone thought that like we were their friends, just because that's how we were walking and talking. So that's my favorite moment about PMC at the time. So that was a really cool moment, hanging out with them and talking with them for the 5 minutes, and everyone was like, "Wow, how did they know them?" Super cool. Now these are going to be the longer questions. Um, Really quick. The next one. How do you pronounce your YouTube name? It's kind of complicated, but I made flashcards. Step 1. Armor for Sleep. AFS stands for Armor for Sleep. Armor for Sleep is a band I used to like. I don't listen to them anymore. They were pretty big in '05, but they're a decent band, so if you get curious, give them a listen. AFS stands for Armor for Sleep. Step 2. In Reverie. Reverie. In Reverie is the name of an album by my favorite band called Saves the Day. They have 8 albums, and In Reverie is one of my favorite album probably from them, one of them. So In Reverie means to daydream. It's pretty cool, and the song In Reverie is actually pretty cool. So once you put all 3 together, Armor for Sleep in Reverie. If I'm in a hurry, I say AFS in Reverie, but it's Armor for Sleep in Reverie. The in or fin. So I hope that helps you guys realize my name. I try to make it easy on you guys. I know it's kind of complicated. YouTube tried to get me to change it, but I'm not going to listen because it's the name I love. Okay, so now the last two questions are going to be the longer ones. Number 9. How do you get started if you want to start collecting these things? Now, here's my answer to that. If you have a lot of money, if your parents have money to give you or like to buy you things, or if you just have a lot of money, if you have a good job or whatever that means, start with the early seasons. Those are the most expensive morphers. I'm talking Mighty Morphin, probably all the way up to S.P.D. S.P.D. and Ninja Storm kind of get cheaper. But when you go from like light speed down, light speed down is where it gets expensive. So start there because they're only going to go up in price. So that's my advice. If you're on a budget and you don't have a lot of money, and that's how I was when I first started, I didn't have a lot of money to collect these morphers. So my advice to you is buy the current seasons that are in store now, because those are only going to go up once they're not in stores no more. So for instance, I saw a Samuraiser on eBay. It's a piece of crap morpher. It cost $15 in the store when it came out a couple of years ago. Now someone's trying to sell it for 40, $50. That is a ripoff. It's a cheap morpher. You'll see when I review it. Get the Shoto phone from Japan. It's way better. Um, so that's the thing with that. Get the ones that are in store now. So right now, if you go to the store, you're gonna want to get the Gosei Deluxe Morpher. You're gonna want to get the Legendary Deluxe Morpher. Get everything that's out now because you're gonna get them at retail, and that's the cheapest you're gonna get them. Okay, so that's my advice. Then go back from there because on eBay they're kind of cheap, especially Operation Overdrive and like Jungle Fury. Those morphers are like really good in price. Just take advantage of that. That's my excuse. And just know it also takes time. When I first started collecting, I didn't think it was going to get this big, but it did. I remember thinking, man, I had a Zeonizer as a kid, which was one of my favorite morphers. I didn't have a Zeonizer. I wanted a Zeonizer. My mom didn't want to give me one. And I remember wanting it so bad. I saw it at Toys R Us when I was a kid. I couldn't get it because we didn't have a lot of money. So I remember thinking when I became an adult and I had some money, I think it would be cool to have a Zeonizer. So I bought one, had it on my desk. The desk you see back here where I do my schoolwork and stuff. And this is when I was in my early phases of my college before I graduated and went on to law school. So then after that, I started thinking, man, I love SPD. I never got an SPD Morpher. I got the SPD Morpher, the American version. I loved it. And same thing, Mighty Morphin. I had Mighty Morphin when I was a kid, but I sold it at a garage sale because I was dumb and I was a little kid. So once I had like 4 morphers, they were literally right here on the side of my desk where I did my work. It was like 4 or 5. Then I got a small little shelf and I started buying more and I got Time Force after that. And I had like 9 or 10 before you know it. And then from there I was just like, dude, it's time to collect all of them. So that's how it started. I didn't plan this from day one. It just dawned on me like it would be so epic to have all of them. So you guys can do it too with patience and save some money. It's expensive, but it's worth it. You guys can do it too. You can collect morphers. So take that for what it's worth. Now, the last question is a most memorable moment in the 2 years you've done this show. I'm telling you, honestly, it's the connection I made with all of you. If you watch my show and we talk to each other through comments, I've only talked to you once, doesn't matter. Once or 100 times, like a lot of my other friends on here, it is because of you that I do this. Literally, when I have really bad days, because law school is torturous. Don't even get me started on that. It is one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. When I talk to anybody that watches my show about anything Power Ranger related, something you didn't like about a certain season, something you like about Morphers, favorite Ranger, favorite this, not favorite this, top 5 this, top 5 anything about that, it just makes my day because I love to hear everyone's opinions. Everyone's fan, as a fan of of Power Rangers, it's such a great thing. It brings people together. I would say the most memorable moment for my show would be connecting with all of you. I made really good friends on here. I'm sending Christmas presents to some of these people. You guys are like my best friends. You guys are sending me Christmas presents. I mean, without the connection, this wouldn't be possible. Like I said, from the very beginning, when there was nothing behind me but that white wall that Israel always tells me about, it was just a white wall and me without the jacket, without the sign, without nothing. Um, I always say if one person likes my show, it is worth shooting. And it's just grown. I mean, I have seriously almost 400 subscribers at 15-minute videos a pop. The Operation Overdrive just hit 1,000. So, I mean, it's growing. It's not that big, but it's still substantial. So, thank all of you. I want to thank you. I cannot thank you. I wish I could do more by my heart to thank you guys. And Power Rangers brings people together, and I stand by that statement. So that's my video. I hope you guys enjoy. It's been 2 years. I've had a blast. I love all you guys. Here's to another 2 years. I'm for Super Reverie's Power Rangers Morpher Review Show. Signing off. 2 years. Have a good day. May the power protect you. I miss you guys so much. Laters.